Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Philip. You seem to be in a pretty chipper mood today.
Freaking great mood.
Why? Why? What are you so excited about?
It's just gotta wait for that package coming in.
Oh, did you get some from Amazon or something?
From the Amazon, yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your package gonna be?
It's 2022.
It's 2022.
Yeah, man. Everybody's getting.
Everyone getting a gift or something?
Well, yeah. It's a pretty freaking awesome gift.
Did
you not know what?
Did our president promise us something?
Do you know what the year is? You don't know what the year is.
It's 2022, but I don't get how that's...
It's the year of the tiger. We all get a tiger.
Oh, wait, are you talking about how the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl?
No.
We all got the tiger.
What sort of dumb person are you? Of course. No, you get a tiger. It's the year of the tiger. You get...
Are you talking about all this, the Chinese stuff with the Olympics and it being in Beijing and stuff? Are you getting...
Well, it's the year of the tiger. Yeah, it's Chinese related. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Okay, but we're getting tigers.
Oh, from the Amazon?
From the Amazon.
Oh, Philip. Okay. I've got some bad news for you. Hey, Philip.
Hey, Daniel.
Now that we got that bad conversation out of the way, how are you doing today?
A little disappointed, I guess.
A little disappointed now. Well, this is our first episode of season tres of Classic Countdown Conversations. What is this show, Philip?
Where we count down the best, the worst, the good, the bad, the ugly.
That media has to
offer.
Yeah, well, you stumbled there in a little bit in the middle, but
maybe you just...
We brought it home.
Maybe you didn't know what I was doing.
What is today's topic? Well, what are we starting off season 3 with? I think it's pretty fitting.
It's threes.
The
threes of the threes.
The threes of the threes. What does that mean exactly?
The trilogies, the threes of the movies.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to be talking...
Okay.
We're going to be talking... Nope, we're not cutting it out. We're going to be talking about the top 10 live action trilogies. So no animated stuff, just live action. Would you like to share with the audience what you thought I meant?
I thought you meant action movies, and I was desperately grasping. I was like, how many action movies are trilogies? I thought of Jackie Chan, and that was about it. And his good movie with his buddy. Buddy.
What are those movies called?
Rush Hour.
Those movies will not be on our list today.
They should be.
Not even on the honorable mentions.
I did quite a bit of honorable mentions. They're on my honorable mention. Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Well, as the start of season 3, do you have anything to share with the audience?
You always ask me.
I know.
I never have anything.
You never have anything.
I never have anything.
Your kid is walking.
Child's walking.
That's pretty exciting.
I now make protein shakes. I've got...
You exercising?
No.
Interquesting.
I hate exercise. I did it 2 years ago. A year ago. Never again.
Change the topic. Do you ever get this thing? I don't know if it's when you take a shower, if you get soap doesn't get out of your ear all the way, or if it's just a bunch of wax buildup or something, but you're talking, you can kind of hear crackles in your ear. Do you ever get that?
No.
I have it right now.
Sounds like you got problems.
Yeah, it's really, really annoying. Let me know.
I think it's water in my ear.
Let me know in the comments below this YouTube channel video if you ever get crackles in your ear. It might be water, it might be wax, it might be soap.
I have so much wax in my ear that I have gotten 3, not 1, not 2, 3 new AirPod Pros from Apple.
Oh,
because they have been ruined by my earwax, and they replaced them for free.
They get ruined?
They get ruined.
How?
from my earwax.
How did they get ruined?
The earwax gets inside of the little microphones inside of the AirPod Pros.
Oh, because you use it to like talk and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Well, no, it's like active noise canceling, so it's got
Oh.
to have little microphones in there to
Gotcha.
noise. So it then like it makes this noise whenever you listen to music, and it sucks. So Apple thinks it's their problem. It's really my problem.
Yeah. Huh.
Sucks to be them.
Yeah, it does suck to be them. Although they're really cheap, and they're not cheap. They're kind of. They're very. What's the right word?
They make a lot of money off of their products.
Yes, so I don't really care.
Yes,
they're not hurting for money.
Yeah,
I'll say that. I'll say that right up front.
Wow, what a bold statement from Daniel.
Hey,
over
Apple.
Here.
Okay, well, should we just get right into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel's heading this one off as he does.
Yeah. So
heading this off right. So don't start the new year with a bunch of silly jokes.
Yeah. No,
that's for 2021.
Yeah, 2022, the year of no laughs.
Yeah.
This is becoming strictly a drama podcast. No laughs, no joking around, no goofing off.
The beginning of this show, 100% accurate real life.
Accurate real life. We don't script anything out. We don't do bits.
We actually now we tape a microphone to our faces and just walk around, and that's like just what happens.
Just candid.
Yeah,
candid audio. So get ready for this. This depressing year of Classic Countdown Conversations. Okay, so today we're talking about top 10 live action movie trilogies. So sorry to you animated fans out there. I was going to say sorry to you Toy Story fans out there, but Toy Story's in a weird spot to where there's 4 of them now.
There's 4.
But I think that goes right into our criteria for this list.
Do it.
Okay. So criteria being, it can be in a franchise where there is more than 3 movies. However, there needs to be a distinguishable trilogy within that franchise to say this is the trilogy we're talking about. So
it'll make more sense later.
It'll make more sense later.
Wink, wink.
I'll give examples of ones that we won't be using. So like the Harry Potter franchise.
Too many.
There's 8 movies of that?
Yeah.
And there's not really these 3 work as a really good trilogy and these 3, don't. I would say the same goes for James Bond. Mission Impossible. I feel like there's just at that point there's a lot of them and there's not really any distinguishing this is where this trilogy ends and this is where this one begins. Maybe years or actors, but other than that, there's not a whole lot to point to that. And then there's things like quadrilogies. So Toy Story, the Toy Story franchise, Avengers. There's 4 of those without really a distinguishing these 3.
Yep.
Hunger Games is one that has 4.
Oh, interesting. That one shouldn't have been 4.
It shouldn't have been 4, but it is, so we can't really.
Here it is.
So that's number 1 of our criteria. Number 2 of our criteria, I think, and it's not the most iconic one is going to win, but I think the iconicness of the franchise does help a little bit in this.
Yeah.
Just because
do you think of it as a trilogy?
You think of it as a trilogy. So I think iconicness plays into it. And then number 3, all 3 of the movies got to be at least good.
Ballin'.
Ballin'.
That's kind of like the word, if we were to sum up Classic Countdown Conversations and how we rank movies, it's straight ballin'.
Just straight ballin'. Our rankings are ballin'.
Or trippin'. Straight trippin'.
Trippin' and ballin'.
Yeah. That's number 1, straight ballin'.
Straight ballin'.
Number honorable mention 0. Straight trippin'. Yeah.
And I'd say that's probably our new tagline for the show.
Yeah.
Straight ballin', straight trippin'. Maybe even the new name of the podcast. It is season 3, so we could probably just rebrand altogether.
And I'll be straight strippin'.
Oh, whoa. Well, then we're gonna need to.
What's your name?
We're gonna need to change our setup
We
here.
will have an explicit tag.
We'll have an explicit tag. I will be recording from my house with my Zoom not on.
It'll be explicit not because it's like sexual, but because it's like gross.
It's gross. Yeah,
like,
it's just straight up nasty.
Children not gonna want to see this, nor adults. Really, just no one.
Well, nobody's gonna see it. It is a podcast, so I guess nobody's gonna want to hear the slow removal of Philip's clothes when he's straight stripping. I'm gonna be straight. I'll probably be if you're rhyming with tripping, I'll rhyme with ballin'. I'll be straight fallen.
Oh.
For the new good movies that are coming out.
Wow.
I'm falling in love with them.
Wow.
So I'm straight fallen.
All right.
But yeah, so
mine's a little more provocative.
Yours is a little bit more provocative. Mine's a little bit more has to do with the show at hand.
Yeah, well.
So
I like to branch out.
I'd say they're equal. Yeah, they're equal of importance. So that's our criteria. All three gotta be good.
Ballin'.
Which brings us into. Well, hold on. Hold that thought, Philip.
Oh,
hold the thought of the three.
It's in my head.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
thinking
Put it on the
about
back burner. Put it on the back burner.
Oh, I don't want it there.
There are kind of like three different ways of doing a trilogy.
Okay.
I told them.
Teach me the ways.
Well, I told you them earlier. Let's see if you remember what I said.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like the way that you threw that up. Like you threw the ball up in my court, and my court was 100 miles away, and I wasn't
did make
ready.
it, though.
You made it somehow, and here it comes. Okay. So you got the through line,
which means what?
Well, and then you got the character.
Okay.
And then you got the story. So you got one that's a movie that's like one movie that's split up into three.
Okay, yeah. So one story,
one big
cut up into
giant story.
Three parts.
Then you got like a character one. It's like three separate stories, but there's at least one character that's stuck up in there.
Right.
And then you got the through line, which is like,
or the overarching.
And that one, Daniel's going to explain. And here comes my ball to his court 100 miles away, right back at him.
He made it back. Basically, it's kind of a combo between the two. It's like the movies could work on their own, separately, but there is an overarching like story going on.
I got you.
And
I got you.
Throughout it. So those are kind of the
like
three different.
Toy Story.
What?
Like Toy Story.
Like Toy Story, yeah. There's one story of like these toys coming to life, or maybe a premise that's the same, but different. You could probably watch each one individually and understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the ons.
Rush Hour.
Rush
Hour.
Okay, if you have your own, then I'll say my own.
All right.
And people are going to be like, what the heck? And honestly, it's not even really up there. I wouldn't even say it's one of the best trilogies of all time, but I want to defend it for a second. And that's the Hobbit trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking, you mentioned something earlier. You're like, I hate them, but
I said that movie straight ballin'.
No, you said.
But I said, but like they tripped over the ball.
But you said you've only seen one of them.
Yeah.
And it's the second one, which is weird. So... Not great. They're not great. But I think...
Not a good start.
I think if you were to separate them from the other trilogy in the franchise, that we might get around to here in a little bit.
Maybe.
I think if you were to just take those movies and say this is its own... Like these are just three fantasy movies. They don't take place in Middle-earth. I think people would like them a lot better. I think it's because they're compared to the other trilogy is why it gets so much crap. I think they're decent enough movies that honestly, if they were separated and made into its own story, own world, own characters, I think that people would like them a lot better because I think that there is good filmmaking in them.
I got you. I could see that.
But I wouldn't really put it up amongst the best trilogies of all time. I just kind of wanted to defend it. And while we're talking about trilogies, I wanted to do that. Okay, so I have 3 different sections of honorable mentions. You ready?
3 sections?
Yeah. I was doing all this without Philip knowing. Okay, first one is
Wait.
What?
Let me guess.
Well, I'll tell you the section.
Okay.
And then how many trilogies are in this section.
Okay, all right.
All right. So, there will be more in this trilogy. Therefore, we are not really sure if it's going to be a quote unquote trilogy forever. There's 2 in
There's
this one.
2 in this one?
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
The
new Spider-Man?
Yes.
Nice. Got it.
Yes.
First try.
So there's 3 of them now, but we know that there's going to be more. So I put that here.
Thor.
No.
How many are there in Thor?
3.
And there's going to be a 4th.
There's going to be a 4th, but the first 2 aren't great. So doesn't
don't
really
even
go with our
get to-
criteria.
Don't even get to be an honorable mention.
No. Neither is Iron Man. You will not be seeing Iron Man in here either because Iron Man 2 blows.
Yeah. Did you watch? Well, anyway.
I mentioned this earlier. I said I was going to put it in the top 10. But
Shang-Chi kind of makes it a little better.
well, that's Iron Man 3. I said Iron Man 2 blows.
Is that 3?
3 is the one with the Mandarin. 2 is like, has Whiplash in it. He's like...
Wow, that whole drummer guy?
The whole drummer movie, it takes place in the same world of as Iron Man 2.
It's actually
a pretty good movie.
That's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. If you look at it like that. Now, I mentioned this trilogy earlier. I said I was going to put it in the top 10, but they're making a 4th one.
I don't remember.
And you said that you have not seen any of
I
them.
don't remember.
Okay.
I don't care.
The John Wick.
I don't care anymore.
You don't like this game anymore? The John Wick trilogy. They're making a 4th one, so I'm not going to put that in our top 10. All right. This section has 5.
Good night, Daniel.
And this one is the almost good trilogy. That means that there's either 1 or 2 movies in these franchises that are either bad or mediocre.
I know one.
Which one?
Godfather.
Good job.
I know no more. I can barely count to 5, let alone name 5 movies.
All right. The Alien trilogy.
Oh.
First 2 really good. 3rd one not so much.
Is it Prometheus part of the trilogy?
That's a prequel. That's what I'm saying is like it gets mucky here. It gets a little mucky.
So mucky. Stupid money grabs.
The Terminator. First Terminator trilogy. First 2 great. 3rd one not so much.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
The original Spider-Man trilogy.
I should have known that one.
First 2 great. 3rd one not so much.
What's up with this?
And you said Godfather. First 2 great. Third one not so much.
Yeah.
And our last one is the Matrix trilogy.
First one great. Second 2
not so much.
3rd one really bad. Actually, the 3rd one at least.
3rd one, I would say I like the 3rd one better than the second.
All right. It has a lot of not helpful things. Like just a lot of talking.
I did lie. There are 4 sections.
Daniel.
This one is called the interquesting section.
Okay.
There's 2 in this. And this one is the fact that they're technically not trilogies, but most people view them as trilogies.
Okay. Is this like that?
We talked about one
Shaun of the Dead one?
Yes. So the Cornetto trilogy is what it's called because that's the brand of ice cream that's in all of the movies. So there's the Cornetto trilogy, which consists of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. All same actors and same brand of ice cream, but nothing else connecting. And same director. Nothing else connecting.
Well, they're all zombie movies, right?
No. Just
no,
the first
not
one.
even that.
No. Speaking of zombie movies, though, the next interquesting trilogy is the Dead trilogy.
Okay.
Which is Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, which are all zombie movies made by George Romero.
And they're not a trilogy.
It's not. He might say that it's a trilogy, but there's other than the fact that they're all zombie movies. There's not like there's no returning characters. There's not anything
Who's
like
to
that.
say one of the zombies isn't returning?
Okay.
You know?
Moving on. And these are our runner-ups
Okay.
for the actual list. And there are 3 of them in here. Would you like to guess what they are?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
The Naked Gun trilogy. Good funny movies. Pretty sure the movies are Naked Gun 1, Naked Gun 1.5, and Naked Gun 2.
Is that really it?
Yes.
Straight Strippin', I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Would love Naked Gun.
I think he would. We should watch them sometimes. The Pirates of the Caribbean. I've heard it both ways.
It depends on what you want.
Caribbean is what it's called.
Yeah.
In real life, but I think people call the movies Pirates of the Caribbean.
I believe
is strange.
so.
But that is the first 3, the first trilogy of those movies.
Yeah.
So runner up. And finally, the Mad Max original trilogy. I know they made the new one with Tom Hardy. Mm-hmm. That one's actually better than any of the originals.
Really?
Yes. But the original trilogy is in fact a trilogy. And that is our last runner up. Okay. Those were our honorable mentions. How long have we been going so far?
22 minutes.
Okay, great.
We'll see if that all stays in there.
I will. Okay, would you like to jump in, say our number 10 for the audience?
No. I'd like to first tell you that my name is actually Philip Austria. It is not Straight Strippin'.
You're not Straight Strippin'.
I'm not Straight Strippin'. I just wanted to clarify that.
Maybe we could change it to Straight Strippin', like straight strippin' pieces of bacon.
That's good. I like that.
Okay.
And more of a food vlog.
Because when you strip your clothes off, you're so hot.
No, see, that's the part I wanted to kind of get away from a little bit. Number 10 is Captain America.
Captain America.
Our previous guest, not a fan.
Yeah, he didn't like it last time. I think I heard that he got arrested for war crimes. That's what I heard.
I heard, yeah, impersonating an officer.
Impersonating an officer, inciting riots, all that.
He did a lot of personal property damage.
To his own property. Very strange man. Pretty sure he's in jail for the rest of his life now. If we ever have him back, we'll have to Skype him in from his prison cell. So, Captain America trilogy. I feel like this is probably the weirdest trilogy on our list because there's movies in between them.
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I've seen them.
What's new?
I think I've only seen the second one in the movie theater with you.
On your birthday?
On my birthday.
And you wanted to sit next to Lindsay, but...
And then you were like, let me sit next to you, Philip. No, actually, it was her other friend. She done stole her.
Oh, that's right.
We weren't dating yet. It's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. You guys started dating very, very soon after, I believe.
A couple months.
But I think the thing that kind of really cements this as a trilogy is the connection between Captain America and his friend Bucky.
Bucky the Bronco.
That Captain America rides into battle.
That should have been a what if.
That would be a good episode of What If. What if Bucky was actually a bucking bronco?
He has his mechanical legs. Kicks
just
people.
one mechanical leg. When he comes back as the Winter Soldier, Captain America really looks like an idiot for not knowing this horse that can fight people is his best friend Bucky.
No. Not you.
Bucky. And then instead of Bucky saying, "Who's Bucky?" he goes, good.
That'll be good stuff.
That would be, they need to hire us on the What If team. But yeah, I think it's a nice little emotional connection that the 3 movies has throughout, a through line throughout. And they're all really competently made. I think the first one is the least of them, but I still think it's a fairly good movie.
It's the opposite of most trilogies.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think
The second one's the best.
second one's best. Third one is second best. First one's third best.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. But
It's all different directors, right?
no, second and third had the same director.
Are they? Okay.
We get that again later on in the list, where the first one was a different director and the second two was the same, and the second two are better.
Interesting.
And I'll when we get to it, I'll point it out. But yeah, I think these are just like of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. I'd say like all three of these are probably on like the top half.
Probably on the ball side.
Probably on the ball side. They're all just competently made and fun romps.
Yeah. Good action movies.
Good action, especially the second one. The second one's so good.
Just like this list was supposed to be.
It was all action movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 9, please.
How about you name off all of them
Oh.
on this list?
Wow. What an honor.
Yeah.
This is a new season 3, Daniel. Number 9 is the Bourne movies, which are they all called? No, Bourne Identity is the first one.
Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum.
What an interesting name
it
choices.
Is. I mean, they're based on books. I'm assuming that the books are named that.
Probably some dumb title.
Probably.
Why do books have dumb titles? They're like, let me use the fanciest words, please.
They did make they made a spin-off, so it doesn't count. They did make a fourth one, but count. We're ignoring it because the third one ends so perfectly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
just like literally 4 days ago, Lindsay and I were talking about the ending song to Bourne.
Oh, how does it? I can't. Yeah.
And then it's like got some violins going on and like a drum beat.
It's just very interesting. It's like because it happens just like very suddenly at the end of each movie. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, none of the soundtracks like that, and then all of a sudden,
you have like an aneurysm.
But you like it because you like the end of those movies always make me feel like weird. I don't know how else to explain it. Like I've run a marathon in my mind.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in at the end of each movie. But these are good. Other than there's a little bit too much shaky cam in these movies.
A little bit, especially in the fights.
Yeah. But very just a very interesting premise. This guy who doesn't know his past. I mean, it's been done before. It's probably been done before that and since that. But but I think this is I feel like this when you think of that premise is probably the quintessential one.
For our era,
they made an action hero out of Matt Damon, which was very strange at the time. I feel like we look at Matt Damon now and we're like, yeah, he could beat me up, but
he can do whatever he wants.
At the time, right off of Good Will Hunting, I don't think many people were thinking that he was going to be an action star.
Yeah. He's funny. He's a good serious actor.
He's good.
He's a good action actor.
There's that one scene. I'm the one thing about this trilogy is they run together in my head. I don't remember what scenes are in which one. But it's like a scene out on like a farm, and he has the double barrel shotgun.
I barely remember that.
Okay, it's like snowy out, not like super snowy, but there is snow on the ground.
Okay,
and he's so good that he hits the guy with the double barrel shotgun from like a pretty long range. He's just so calm and collected throughout the scene. I love the character of Jason Bourne.
Yeah. Yes.
They spoilers in the second one, they just kill off the love interest.
Yep.
Right at the beginning. Right? That's at the beginning that happens.
I believe so.
Which didn't happen in the book.
Really?
Yeah, in the book she lives through the end of the series, but in the second movie they were like, we just gotta kill her off.
Did that actress say nah?
I don't know. I don't know what the behind the.
What are we gonna do with this? That's killer.
But I feel like that, I feel like that's seeped into a couple movies since then, where it's like, no, we're gonna kill off the love interest.
It gives the protagonist a reason to be nasty.
Yeah, and I think this may have kicked that off, at least for the mainstream. I mean, I can't even imagine watching that movie in the theater and be like, "What?
Yeah,
are you serious? They just killed her off?" Because it's kind of unceremoniously.
That's true. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, just a solid trilogy. No fourth one.
No fourth
Just
one.
solid trilogy. The third one ends perfectly.
Number 8.
Yeah, what's number 8?
Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead. Tell me all about these movies.
I've watched them all religiously ever since I was 5. Know every little bit of detail, but I would like to pass the ball back to you.
Well, hold on now. Just tell me, if you've watched them so religiously,
Yeah.
tell me the main character's name.
Joshua.
No. Okay, so there's this trilogy and the next
I
trilogy.
think you miss. It's Joshua. Did you hear
Joshua.
it? Did you hear me right? Because it sounded like you didn't hear it right.
You're very close.
Yeah.
You're very close. His name's Ash.
Oh, well.
So very close to Joshua. This trilogy and the next trilogy on our list, Philip has never seen them. But yeah, The Evil Dead, fun, campy horror comedies.
Is it the old zombies?
So
I mean, I know it, but you tell me.
yeah, you know it front and back. You're actually testing me to see if I know them well right now.
That's right.
So this is kind of the quintessential cabin in the woods movie.
Oh.
Ash, Bruce Campbell, the guy that shows up in all the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Don't know what you're talking about.
He's the guy he's like the announcer in the wrestling arena in the first one.
Oh, that guy.
And then he shows up in the second one as he doesn't let Peter into the theater.
Yep.
And then he shows up in the third one and he's the French waiter at the restaurant.
He gets around.
Well, it's because he's best friends with Sam Raimi, the director of the Evil Dead movies and the Spider-Man movies. But he's the main character in these movies. So him and a group of friends go out to a cabin in the woods, find a book, read it, and then all hell breaks loose once they read the book. Yeah, they read a passage out of the book. And it's like a spell, and just like demons and all sorts of wild stuff starts happening. They start to lose their minds, like all this stuff. Second one, basically the exact same movie, but better.
Okay.
More fun. They really like leaned into kind of the campiness of it. And then the third one, Ash gets transported back to medieval times.
What?
Yeah, and he has to lead a army of darkness, which is what the movie's called. So it kind of goes off the rails in the third one. Well, all of them go off the rails, but this one, just such a departure from the first two. It's just such a different storyline, but same directorial kind of stamp on all of them. Same character. Ash is really, really fun. He gets a chainsaw hand at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty rad. And just kind of fun movies to sit down and watch. They're good.
Okay.
Probably not for kids.
It sounds not like it.
Yeah, don't watch
Chainsaw Hand probably is not going to be pleasant.
Kids don't watch it, but yeah, Evil Dead.
Okay. Number 7.
$.
$.
Yes, sorry, I almost said it.
$.
$. Number 6 is the Dollars trilogy, or also
let me
known.
guess.
What? Okay.
Is this the one? This is the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Yes, good job. You made a reference to this earlier on.
I did.
Did you made kind of a face right after you said it? Did it sink in
purpose?
that you
No.
or did you
No, I
realize
don't know
right
what I
after you said it?
I don't know what I said that was a reference to it.
You said the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Did I really?
Yeah.
What did I when what? Are you sure?
Yeah, when you were introing the show, you said we count down the good, the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to cut that?
No.
Or it seems like no.
Nah, they'd believe me.
Okay. I believe this is another trilogy that you follow.
Yeah, religiously. Yeah.
What happens in
like
them?
the Bible.
What happens in them? What's the main character's name?
Blondie.
Hey, good job. Well, that's technically not his name. That's just what they call him.
And he doesn't have blonde hair.
He doesn't have blonde hair.
It wasn't that interesting.
Because this trilogy is also known as the Man with No Name trilogy. So kind of the who do you like better, Clint Eastwood or John Wayne?
I can't say. I can't pick. I can't pick.
That's the wrong answer. Clint Eastwood is the right answer.
Okay.
He's better. John Wayne, hot take. John Wayne sucks.
Whoa. That is a hot take.
Yeah, it is. If I was still doing,
I'm sorry. What is the proper term that we use now? It's not sucks.
Oh, blows.
He's straight. Nope. Definitely not that. He's straight.
That's not straight tripping.
He's not straight. He is straight tripping.
He's straight tripping. Yeah, but he's not straight balling.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood straight balling. John Wayne straight tripping. Yeah. So this is kind of like the famous like old West man rolls into town. Towns has some sort of conflict going on.
Yep.
Man helps take care of the conflict and then leaves.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called The Man with No Name, is because like he kind of just comes in, he's a bounty hunter, he does his thing, and then he leaves he has no connections essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, and then the good, the bad, and the ugly. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, often referred to as like one of the best movies of all time. I think it's number like 7 on IMDb or something like that.
The most trusted source.
It's very good. I'm surprised that you haven't seen at least that one.
I don't know. We didn't watch Western movies growing up. That's why I can't choose John Wayne or Clint Eastwood.
Gotcha. Well, these are good movies. You should sit down and watch them. The first two are pretty easy. They're not very long. Good and Bad, the Ugly is it's like almost 3 hours. So
why?
Buckle up for that one.
Is each the good an hour, the bad an hour, and the ugly an hour?
No, actually the bad is not in it very much. The ugly is actually, he even is more main than Clint Eastwood is in it. Tuco is his name.
Oh, from Breaking Bad.
Yes. But yeah, good Westerns. Probably obviously The Good and Bad, the Ugly, I feel like is kind of hailed as the greatest Western of all time. But just good movies.
All right.
Good
Number
movies.
6.
Are we going to do our little segments today? I forgot to do mine after number 9.
You're right.
Mine's just a recommendation.
I was thinking you were going to do right before 5 because we used to have something else there. And so that's where you're going.
Okay.
That's where you're going.
All right, let's do number 6 then.
As director of this podcast, that's where you're going.
Well, as producer of the podcast, actually, I feel like it's reversed.
It probably is reversed.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. What's number 6?
Planet of the Apes.
Now, which one?
All of them.
Well,
the newest ones.
Yeah, the newest 3. Now, you know much
I do
about
know
so
these
you
ones.
go ahead and talk, because I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Well, it's not really not a good podcast when I talk much. But Planet of the Apes, it's about a virus that affects the apes and makes them. No. Is it just the one ape is like super smart?
No, the apes get smart. The virus that actually doesn't affect the apes, it affects the humans. That's why they live.
Oh, that's right. Cut that.
cut that.
The first ones. Is this the one that you're talking about that has a different director for the first one? And
yes.
Different for the last 2?
Yeah.
So first one's all right. One's all right. I obviously don't know it as much. Well, no, I really don't remember much at all. But it's got, what is that guy's name?
Franco.
Boy. James Franco?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Franco?
Good job.
He does all right.
As far as his performances and his...
You have that guy from The Third Rock from the Sun as his dad.
Yeah, John Lithgow.
And he dies.
He got dementia.
Or
Alzheimer's or something.
He's basically can't remember things, but he likes his monkey.
He does like the monkey, and he tries to drive at one point.
Yeah.
And the guy yells at him.
Yeah. Yep. Some of that happens. You got that in that first movie.
Yeah.
And then it ends.
They get a monkey. They get a monkey. And the monkey. I'm trying to think of how they get smart. They're just injecting them with stuff, right?
Yeah, they
experiments.
Yeah,
and
some
stuff.
sort of experiment.
Okay.
And then he's like, "Is that where in the cage?" He like says something horrifying.
Yeah, the kid from Harry Potter is like trying to zap him or something.
Yeah.
And he grabs his wrist.
Yes.
He's like, no.
It's so scary.
That's the best part of that. The two parts where he speaks in that movie.
Yes.
Because then at the end he's like, Caesar is home.
Yeah.
Those are like the two best parts of that one.
Yes. It's so good.
They have like the little battle on the San Francisco Bridge.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
That's not the second one? Mm-mm. Okay. Well, and then the second one opens up and it's like stuff's
10
gone
years later,
down.
I want to say.
So they're trying to stop the apes still.
Yeah.
Right. And
there's two sections of the humans. There's like the peaceful ones and the non-peaceful ones. And then the apes are basically trying to like build their society.
Yeah, they're just trying to hang out in the woods.
They're riding like horseback, which is really cool.
They're cool. That's cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then the third, so there's that one, whatever. And then
the Donna is pretty good.
The second one's great.
Yeah.
I just trying to get past it.
Yeah, because we know that the third one's the third one's the best.
It's like a prison break.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It's so... This is weird saying this about a summer blockbuster movie about a monkey. But it's so mature.
Yeah.
It's just it's a very like somber movie.
Uh-huh.
Very quiet. It takes its time. Has really good characters in it.
Andy Serkis does a great job as all the monkeys.
I think he only does. He does a couple maybe. He's definitely Caesar. He's the main one. But yeah, I think
Andy Caesar
salad. I think just as a character study of Caesar, these movies are just really, really good. Just seeing him like rise as a leader. He cares about like and it's nice because he has the connection to James Franco's character from the first one. So he does have a soft spot for humans.
Yeah.
He won't mess around with them, but he does like he sees the good. He sees that there is good in humanity.
Yep.
And can we just say the effects in these movies?
Incredible.
Top notch. Like even the first one I think probably has, obviously it's the first one, so the effects aren't as good, but even then it's really, really good.
It doesn't take you out to see the monkeys talking and walking around.
In the second one when they're all riding horseback, it's like that looks like monkeys are riding horseback right now.
Have you seen the original Planet
I've seen
of
the
Apes?
first one.
I haven't.
It's just like makeup on
humans.
On humans, yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my
I
whole
mean,
life.
for as far as makeup goes, especially for that time, it looks pretty good.
Well, back then they would have used real monkeys on real horses and just trained them how to do it. And I'm a little disappointed.
Speaking of Shang-Chi, remember Ben Kingsley?
Yes.
He's like talking about how his mom told him to be an actor when he was younger.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I saw Planet of the Apes, and I thought, how did they train those monkeys to do that? But yeah, I think come and swing it. Like, this is a newer trilogy.
Yeah.
And just like, it's just great.
It's high on my recommend list.
Yes.
When somebody asks me, what movie do you like?
Yeah.
I'm like, gotcha. One you haven't thought about in a while.
I got you this trilogy on Blu-ray a couple
years
back.
I see it. I see it every time Barnabas decides to rip through all of our DVDs like a storm. And I'm always like, oh, I need to watch that again.
Yeah.
But when's the last time I've sat down to watch a movie? I guess I did watch Shang-Chi recently. So I did one.
And Eternals, and
I watched the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because that's something me and Lindsay can watch.
Right.
She cried too much during Planet of the Apes.
They are I will say this: the third one is depressing as all get out.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if she cried, but she was depressed feeling.
But very like a perfect ending.
Oh yeah.
For the character of Caesar, just like very good. And there's sorry to keep talking about these movies. There's a part in that third one. They pick up the little girl Nova.
Yep.
There's a little interaction with her and the orangutan in that movie where he's teaching her. I think he teaches her that her name's Nova, maybe
something like that.
But it's just such a little sweet moment, like in the middle of all the hecticness that's going on with like the prison stuff. It's just like this really quiet moment between the two of them, and it's really, really well done. Pulls at the heartstrings and really good. But you said you recommend these movies.
I do recommend these movies. Tell me what you recommend.
Yeah, so speaking of recommendations, so switching out Daniel's Thought Corner for a new...
Get out of here,
for
Daniel's
a new
Thoughts.
segment. And you know what? You know why the main reason I switched it out is no banjo.
Oh.
It got perfect. The like me doing really bad banjo music and you like interpretive
dancing
and singing.
I was dancing.
Is the only way to do Daniel's Thought Corner. So it might come back in the future, but we would need a banjo for that.
When you've got lots of money and you want to spend it on banjos.
Yeah.
You can.
But my recommendation today.
Yeah.
So get this.
I got it.
When I was house sitting for you.
Yeah. Oh no. What did you do?
No,
Besides clog my toilet, what did you do?
Sorry, I just spit all over this. So I was looking through Disney Plus. I was like, I wanted to watch something.
Yeah.
And I came across some old cartoons that I used to watch when I was younger.
Okay.
And I was like, do I rewatch these now? Because they're good. They're good. There's a few really good kids cartoons.
Okay.
That work for adults as well. They're like superhero based. I was like, do I sit down and rewatch these now? And then I was like, no, I'm gonna wait till I have a son.
Okay.
Wait till he's like 4 or 5.
Okay.
And then I get to just rewatch all these old shows that I liked when I was younger with my son, and I get to introduce him to superheroes that way. And I get to. So my recommendation.
Fast forward 10 years, Daniel only has daughters.
Yeah. Well, they'll be fans too. They'll be fans of superheroes too. So I have a few of these shows that I want to recommend.
Okay.
For maybe you dads or even moms out there that maybe either want to revisit these shows, or if you've never seen them, they're good shows that you should watch. So, and I actually don't even have a list. I'm just going to try to name them off right now. First off, Avatar: Last Airbender.
Okay.
Best cartoon ever made. Good for the kids, good for the parents. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Good for the kids, good for the parents.
Okay.
Teen Titans. The OG Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. OG Teen Titans.
Okay.
Good for kids, good for parents.
Okay.
X-Men. Oh, I'm sorry. Wolverine and the X-Men.
X-Mans.
Lasted one season. Ends on a cliffhanger. You'll be upset, but it's okay. It's a good show, nonetheless. X-Men Evolution.
Oh.
Good show. For kids and parents. Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
That's a cartoon, huh?
Yeah. Good show for kids, good show for parents. The Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay. I did see a Spider-Man on Disney Plus. I don't know what it was, though.
It's not that one, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because I've looked, because it's a good show, and I've wanted to rewatch it, but it's not on there. And I think that might be all for now. But...
That's at least a year's worth of...
It's at least a while. Oh.
My dog's clicky clacking.
Hey, you want to come over and lay down? You want to lay down?
Get out of here.
Good boy.
I don't care about you anymore. You've been replaced by a real human.
Young Justice is pretty good too. Not as good as the ones I just mentioned, but it's pretty good. So there you go. That's my recommendations.
Okay. Do we need to come up with the intro and outro of this?
Nah.
No? You're just going to say it.
I was going to say, I recommend this.
Well, that's an intro right there.
Yeah. I'll just yell it every time.
Okay.
What's number 5, Philip?
Oh, well, and then at the end, you have to say...
Oh, that's what I recommended.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. All right. I like that. Number 5 is... And this one, I wasn't convinced that it should be 5 at first, but then we thought about it.
Yeah, we were... It was a toss-up between this and number 4 as to which one was going to rank where, but...
Indiana Jones.
So, again, we're ignoring the 4th one because it sucks bad.
Well, it's got aliens.
That's why it sucks.
It's got aliens.
Indiana Jones and aliens just like don't mesh in my mind.
Well, it's kind of like the second one.
No, the second one's great.
Kind of like how the second one's crazy.
So should we explain that that's why we kind of set it here at number 5 is because The second one's super controversial as far as like if you like it or not.
What's funny is the second one's the first one I ever saw.
It's the first one chronologically.
Is it?
It takes place before Raiders.
Oh yeah,
It's a year before.
yeah, that's right.
Even though obviously it was the second one made, but
Is that it? Is the one where he pulls the heart out of the guy? Right?
yes.
Yeah. So that one scared me.
Ah, it's so great.
Scared me the living daylights out of me as a child. Well, not even like a small child, like 11.
Like 17.
No, maybe then too. But so that one, but it was like we went to the library and I was like, I need to watch Indiana Jones. I've never seen it, Mom. And it was like, here's the only one. And then we were like, why is this so wild and crazy?
Yeah.
Well, it's because PG-13.
It invented PG-13.
It invented it. So
Which
maybe
is
I
wild.
was at least 13. I don't know. But it was nasty.
It's great. It's fantastic. There's days that it's my favorite of the three.
Wow.
And then there's other days where it's like Raiders and Last Crusade have like that special feeling to them.
Like feels classic.
It feels classic, feels warm and cozy.
You got Sean Connery.
You got Sean Connery in the third one. You got shoot, what is her name? Karen Allen.
Karen
In
Allen.
the first one.
Ew. Yeah. You got some. He has a new love interest every second.
Yeah, this trilogy, like, you literally don't have to watch any of the other ones to
Yeah,
understand what's
yeah.
going on in any of them. New love interest,
Guy with a whip.
guy with
all
a
you got in
whip
it.
that goes on little
Quit that whipping.
little hey, quit that whipping. Goes on adventures with different people in each one. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah, just
Oh.
good movies, good fun. Like you can sit down watch an Indiana Jones movie, 2 hours go by like that, and you're like, oh, that movie's over already. Good fun movies. Classic, maybe my favorite music.
I was gonna say John Williams.
John Williams does a lot of this music in this list, but maybe my favorite John Williams score. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I mean,
dun,
I was
dun.
singing it already. You don't need to harp on my territory. Get back on your court. My court's over here, 100 miles away. Trying to stay out of your way. So,
Good stunts, good action. There's a really usually the big muscle guy that he has to fight dies in a horrific way.
yeah, a lot of falling.
A lot of falling off of cliffs, which is, you guys know me, one of my favorites.
Doc Ock dies.
Doc Ock gets like a spear through the throat, I think. At the end of Raiders, the Nazis' faces melt off their bodies.
Yes, that's a great.
It's a
some
great
great
scene.
special effects.
Yes, yeah, that's great. And the third one, when the Nazi drinks from the wrong grail, turns old,
Yeah.
dies. Spielberg loved them Nazis.
Yeah, some good puzzles.
Good puzzles, yeah. Good devil worship in the second one.
Lots of devil worship
I think the reason I like the second one so much,
because it's racist.
no, because it's so different. Like it's very far and few between you see a sequel that is so drastically different than the first one.
Yeah.
And I think when the third one came around, they were like, yeah, people didn't seem to like that demon stuff very much. Let's go back to the basics here. But I commend him. I commend him for making such a strange sequel
Yeah, well,
to such a popular movie.
and then they're like, but maybe again.
But maybe
the
again
fourth-
with the fourth one.
Yeah.
But bad. But bad this time.
Yeah, and they're like, we'll still make a lot of money, no matter what.
Probably did. I don't know. I don't know how well that movie did, but yeah,
Number 4,
good trilogy, good fun trilogy. Number 4, what is it?
The Dark Evening.
The Dark Evening. Now, these movies you might not know about.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, talk about it.
Batman boys.
Yeah.
Daniel's wearing his Batman shirt right
I
now.
am actually. I didn't do that on purpose, but
So this is about a guy called Bruce Wayne. he's very rich.
Yes.
But he's like, let me avenge my parents and their death because I'm scared of bats now. And he's like, karate chop. And then karate chop teacher's like, nah, I'm going to get you. And then that's the first movie.
Okay.
And then the second
Well,
movie.
I'm going to get you. What happened? Does he get him?
I don't know.
You didn't finish the movie, huh?
He doesn't get him. He's all right. But second movie, karate chop Batman, even more karate chop.
Okay.
And even richer.
Yeah, possibly even richer.
Even richer. And then Bruce Wayne has some cool toys. He gets some more cool toys.
Yeah.
Even more cool toys. He goes up real high.
That's the third one.
That's the third one?
Yep.
I don't think you're right.
I am.
It's the second one.
No.
He
gets the motorcycle in the second one.
He gets a motorcycle. He talks to a guy with some masks. Masks. He's got some cut lips. Makes jokes. Joker.
Man's face get burned.
Face get burned. Bank robbery with school bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got that. And then you got the third one.
What happens in the third one?
You got big mask man. Big back break boy.
Yeah.
Batman. And then Batman Return.
Batman Return. then High Fly toy.
Then a high fly toy. And then
Nuclear explosion.
yeah, explosion. But everybody okay.
Everybody okay.
And so that's Batman trilogy in a nutshell.
Okay.
And that's what makes them so great.
That's what makes it great. What's number 3?
Do you want to talk anymore
No.
about it? All right.
We have a whole episode on this trilogy. I think that's
true.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good plug. Go watch
Go watch our YouTube video.
of our podcast. What is it called?
Dark Knight Trilogy Fixes.
Oh yeah.
Which makes it seem like we don't like it very much.
But we do like it.
We do like it a lot.
Number 3, the original Star Wars trilogy.
So I feel like these next 3, this one and the next 2, people, I think they're gonna, no matter how we rank them, they're gonna be like, what? They're gonna snap their phones in half when they're listening to it. They're gonna break their computers.
I've yet to have anybody come up to me and be like, "What?"
Oh,
And we say that happens all the time, but I've never had it.
What was it? I want to say baseball movies. People got
upset about baseball movies.
Yeah.
The worst episode we've ever had.
No.
I forget. Actually, we ranked all of our episodes. I don't think that was the first.
The worst one was Hitchcock.
Oh yeah. Episode sucked.
I think people got mad at high school movies. Maybe there were a couple there in that little. Oh, hey, Mets. In that little like strand where people were like, "Are you kidding me? You ranked this above this? Shut up."
What do you know? Do you have a podcast?
Yeah. Do you rank things? No.
No, we rank things. So there's the Star Wars. They're pretty good. I heard they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. We've never seen them personally.
Actually, I can't. Speaking of movies that I haven't seen recently, it is these movies. I was just thinking about this. I think the last time I watched through the trilogy is in middle school.
Oh my word.
I don't think I've seen it since then.
You're wild. You're a wild man.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I think I've started getting into video games. Video games.
Play a lot of Star Wars video games, right?
A lot of Star Wars video games. And I was like, well, I don't need those dumb movies anymore. I've got video games. I am Luke Skywalker. And then
I do see Han Solo right next to me.
And then I had the original trilogy when I was a kid too. And then I was like, well, I'm not ever going to watch Star Wars again.
Yeah.
Because those sucked.
The original trilogy? You mean the prequels?
Did I say original?
You did.
I meant the original trilogy already out when I was born.
Oh, right. The prequels came out.
Well, I was a kid.
Did you realize while they were coming out that they were bad?
No, I just didn't understand them.
You're like, what is this big democracy?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I guess I'm just too stupid to get it.
No,
that's
the
not
problem
it.
is that you were too smart and that the movies are too dumb.
Yeah. So I did not understand it. I like big fight lightsaber boys.
That's
me.
I think that's most people around that time that were like teenagers or kids when those movies were coming out. It was like the political stuff was just something you skipped through, like once you had it on DVD, that you just skipped through to get to the action.
I just like, it's vivid in my mind of the floating like council scene. Like, oh my gosh,
I love democracy.
Anyway,
Jar Jar Binks is there for some reason.
I didn't like Jar Jar Binks then.
Like fellow delegates, he says that instead of fellow delegates.
Oh my,
it's so dumb. Anyways,
have you seen that? Have you seen that actor? He like
Ahmed Best or whatever.
He was like depressed.
Oh, I'm sure
so
it was.
Many people were like making fun of him, and I feel bad. I feel bad every time I talk bad about Jar Jar being like, I don't.
Oh, it's not his
actor's
fault.
great.
Yeah,
actor did a good job
for what he was given. He's fine.
He did a good job,
but the character just blows.
The character blows. Sucks. But yeah, the original trilogy is really good.
Yeah. Probably, has probably the best sequel of all time.
Yeah, and it's hard to say for me for John Williams whether it's Star Wars or Indiana Jones.
And Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park also
has a really good one.
The problem with John Williams is they all sound pretty similar.
Well, I wouldn't say they sound similar. They have you can tell it's John Williams.
Yeah,
but they do have distinct sounds. They're just very loud and orchestral and bombastic and
it's American music.
Yeah, good stuff. But yeah, I think we were saying this earlier before the podcast, but Return of the Jedi gets kind of a bad rap. I don't think it's as bad as most people say it is. But when you follow up one of the best movies of all time, you can't. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to live up to that. But yeah, I think, and we were saying, I said to you earlier, even if you're not in a conversation about Star Wars, if you say, in the original trilogy, people kind of just know what you're talking about.
At least nerds do.
Yeah. So great. And I feel like this is kind of blockbusters were changed forever because of these movies.
Why?
Well,
Blockbuster is the place where you rent movies?
Yeah.
What?
Changed forever.
No, you're not talking about that. See, no. I really legitimately thought that's what you're talking about and was very confused.
No, the summer blockbuster.
I gotcha.
Started off kind of with Jaws,
but
I think Star Wars is what made it into what it is today, where just everybody just flocks to go see a movie because it's exciting,
because of air conditioning,
it's in the summer.
That also it changed. George Lucas made everybody have a good Dolby sound system.
Yes,
he's like, I don't want no movie theaters showing my movies with bad sound systems.
Right,
pretty crazy.
And just Star Wars is just a fun world.
Yeah,
it's a fun world.
It's getting better. You know, when we talked about movie worlds,
a
long time ago.
I would argue it's getting worse.
It's getting a little bigger though.
It's getting bigger. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that was our complaint.
The first season of Mandalorian was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really love a whole lot of what they've been doing on Disney Plus since then.
You don't like the old Boba Fett?
No,
show? I like it.
I saw a still picture. I watched the first 2 episodes. I saw a still picture of the 3rd episode. Have you watched the 3rd episode?
I watched all of them.
Okay. And I saw...
Not the most recent season finale.
Okay. I saw a bunch of cool teenagers on colorful speeders.
Yes.
And I said, I'm done with this show. And I've not watched an episode since.
I think it's cool.
You think that's cool?
I think it's cool.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
You're a crazy man.
I think it's cool.
I've heard everybody hated that episode 3.
No, it sets up stuff.
No, but I've heard that chase scene is like horrible.
I mean, it's like I feel like I'm watching a Back to the Future movie.
Yeah,
which I think is fine.
Horrible.
If they're gonna open it up.
Horrible.
It's like it's in the lore already.
Also, like I'll talk to you about what I just was telling Olivia last night about how I would have done the Boba Fett show. I'll talk to you about it afterwards. I think you'll agree with me.
Also, it's basically the Mandalorian show now.
Yeah, I know. That's dumb. Like, if you're gonna make a show about Boba Fett, make it about Boba Fett.
I'm assuming that they got feedback that people were like, "Where's Mandalorian?" Just like, all right, we'll just throw the first 2 episodes.
I think they filmed all of it together, though.
I don't know. It felt like that.
Anyways, cool. Original trilogy, great.
I think that you're just listening to the sheep, and that's your problem.
No,
you're a sheeper.
I saw that by alone. I hadn't heard anything about the new episode. I saw that still. I said I'm done because I didn't even really like the first 2 episodes all that much.
I think it's great. It's a slow burn.
You're crazy. You're crazy, man.
Number 2.
Oh my gosh! Whoa, Tommy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you doing, Tommy? Long time no see.
I got a few scratches, but I'm all right.
You got
a few scratches.
What are you talking about?
You're the tiger. Huh?
Oh, jeez.
I got myself a tiger.
Oh, my word.
It's great. I love my tiger.
What?
Guess his name. Guess his name. I bet you can't. I bet you don't know.
Houday.
No. Try a real one and get back to me, okay? All right, we'll think about
Joe
that.
Burrows.
No. Keep going.
Tigger.
No. You got one last try.
Would I know it?
You would know it.
I would, huh?
Huh?
Tiger.
Let me just tell you, it's great.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony. What's funny is that Tony is your twin brother.
I know.
So you named him after your twin brother.
My twin brother's dead because of the tiger.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have Tony on the show at some point.
Well, you took a little too long, and it's Year of the Tiger, and I gotta have myself a tiger. And my brother, he just got a little too close to the tiger. I'm just kidding. My brother's still alive. I just wanted to,
You want to scare us a little bit.
I want to scare you.
Well, you have anything to teach us today?
Nah. Nope.
I think you do.
Nah, I don't. I've been out of school because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get into it, but just can't get into it. I've been trying to be in school, but it's a pandemic.
Okay. I think people are back in school though.
I don't think so. I think it's the pandemic, huh?
I guess so.
So good riddance to bad school, huh? You're the tiger. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
I'm going.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Tommy.
See you, Tommy. Hate that guy. I changed my mind. I used to hate him, and then I liked him, and I hate him again.
I love him.
Hate him. Number 2, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, whoa. I think people were thinking that this would be number 1, but it ain't.
But they ain't right.
It ain't right.
It
ain't right.
Lord of the Rings. What more could we say other than just the name, huh?
I mean, I think this is kind of like the quintessential, like, just take one story, break it into 3 parts.
Yeah.
And that's this type of trilogy.
And have Frodo become the least liked character.
He is the least likable character of those movies, I think. It's
funny. It's funny. That's the end of that sentence.
Okay.
It's funny.
I want to ask you something if you've ever noticed this before.
Tell me.
In the Lord of the Rings movies. So, at the end, after they destroy the ring in Mount Doom, spoilers.
Oh, man.
They get picked up by the eagles.
Yeah.
Frodo wakes up in bed.
Yeah, and he's drunk.
And it looks like he's drunk. In that huge bed. Who's the first person that he sees?
Ooh. Not Gandalf.
No, it is.
It is?
Yeah. And growing up, his he I was always like, he's overacting right here. Why is he He's like, Gandalf.
Gandalf.
I was always like, why is he so, like, why is this such a big moment? Do you know why?
Because he hasn't seen him since he fell.
Yeah, he thought that Gandalf was dead.
Yeah.
I think just like so much happens in between those two moments in the trilogy.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It just like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, everybody knows that Gandalf's back.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
yeah, Frodo called up Legolas on the cell phone.
yo, Legolas. How Gandalf doing?
Is he straight balling?
Is he straight balling or is he straight tripping?
You gotta watch the new version of Classic Countdown Conversations
yeah.
on YouTube.
But yeah, no, I think we've talked about this and this versus Star Wars a couple times now. We talked about it in like movie worlds. We talked about it in movie wars. Do you remember that episode?
We talked about movie. Oh yeah, like
you did War Room.
That's
Easter
why I don't
eggs.
remember it. It was a lot of prep work for me actually.
I think so. I think these two trilogies, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, is always a toss up between people. I think Empire is better than any of the Lord of the Rings movies, but I think as a whole, Lord of the Rings is just a better trilogy. They're all so close in is that Willy Wonka? They're all so close in like quality. Like I can never be like, I like this Lord of the Rings movie better than this one. They're all kind of like equal in my mind. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, they're all equal in my mind. I think I like the first one the most.
Interesting. Okay.
I think so. Just because it feels like it's not bloated like the other two.
The other two get really crowded.
Yeah. And
but not in a bad, like they get crowded in a way, but you can still understand what's happening.
It's like Thanksgiving. You're like, I feel so full after this movie, but it was good.
It was good. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
The third one, especially, you're like, man, I just had 5 pieces of turkey, 6 stuffings. And then they're like, oh, also here's some dessert. Here's a whole pie.
Yeah, here's a whole pie. You got to eat it all.
Like, oh,
the whole pie is the epilogue,
right?
Like after Mountain Doom, yeah.
But honestly, it's needed because that like the story is so big, and you need something to feel like okay, it's actually done.
Right. Yeah. If it had just ended like, because I've seen some people be like, it should have ended right as the Eagles picked them up. No, exactly. No.
That's not how stories work.
If anything, you gotta have the part where Aragorn's like, my friends, you bow to nobody, and they all bow down to the hobbits. That's like, if you really want to end it earlier, you could end it right there. But I like all the epilogue stuff. I like that we get to see what happens to the characters and whatnot. But and then Helm's Deep really helps Two Towers. Because other than that,
Gandalf comes in on the white horse.
So good. Because the greatest thing about that is that he's gone for just the right amount of time where you kind of forget about him.
Yep.
and then he comes back with
you're like
Aramir
you're like they're gonna die.
Yeah.
This is the end. And then
just coming down that hill.
Yep.
Such a cool, reminds me of like Armageddon, what Armageddon's gonna be like.
Yeah.
But yeah, just it's almost kind of like in Endgame, like they reverse the snap, they bring everybody back, but then Thanos just bombs them. And in your mind, and they fight Thanos and stuff, just the 3 of them, and then Captain America fights.
Yeah.
But when the characters come back, like just enough time has passed where you're like, oh, I forgot that they brought everybody back.
Yep.
I think maybe done a little bit better with Gandalf.
Yeah.
But yeah, just great trilogy.
Good trilogy. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Peter Jackson, and everyone who made those movies.
Well, mostly J.R. Tolkien.
Yes.
Is it Tolkien?
Tolkien.
Tolkien. Hey, C.S. Lewis's best friend, J.R.
Probably thanks to C.S. Lewis too, because they like shared notes and ideas and stuff.
But we all know J.R. was way better.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He was better when it came to those movies or to those stories. I really like C.S. Lewis's writings outside of the Narnia books.
Oh yeah. Not that the Narnia books are bad.
No,
they're for children.
Right.
Can't exactly
They're
compare.
children books. Okay, what is number 1?
Actually, real quick.
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis has that space trilogy.
I still got to read that.
Do you have the book?
I have the first one.
Okay, it's my book.
I know.
Give it back. Number 1 is gonna be. Any guesses? Any guesses, Daniel?
Guesses?
I feel like you don't have any idea on what number 1's gonna be.
I'm thinking maybe High School Musical.
Man, how'd you guess it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's actually Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. We got you. Yeah.
So why, Daniel? Why would you do this to us? Why would you do this?
I think when you're talking trilogies,
as you do,
as I do almost every day of my life, it's a trilogy. It is no more than that.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings, you got expansions. Star Wars, you got expansions. Indiana Jones, you got that stupid 4th one. Born, you got the stupid 4th one. Matrix, you just came out with the 4th one. Yeah. Batman, we have multiple versions of Batman, you know, outside of the trilogy. Planet of the Apes is there's, you know, a remake and sequels and all that stuff. Back to the Future is just the Back to the Future trilogy. And I think like it does such a good job at just weaving in and like weaving plot lines throughout the trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Because it has to do with time travel, certain things like affect other things. I think they're just fun movies. They're really easy to watch. And yeah, they're just kind of like you can sit down, make a Back to the Future day, sit down, watch the entire trilogy, and you're done. I think it's a perfect trilogy.
Yeah. I think what's your favorite one?
The first. I mean, the first one's tough to beat.
So good.
Here's the thing about there is one splotch of badness on the trilogy.
Yeah.
There's a recast.
Oh yeah, is it his girlfriend?
His girlfriend. And the dad gets recast.
Is it the third one that she gets recast, or is it the second?
The dad gets recast, but after the first one, they kind of have him like not in them very much.
Yeah.
He's kind of like always in the back.
Oh, that's funny. The dad does, huh?
Yeah.
He's a pretty big plot.
Yeah, him and the girlfriend got recast for the second and third one.
What a bunch of dumb butts.
Yeah, what a bunch of dummy holes.
I remember now because they have to
they kill him off in the second one. They're like, because Biff like shoots him.
Oh right.
And then the third one takes place in the Old West, so they don't really have to deal with those characters very much. But I think each one does something really different than the other. Like,
oh yeah,
first one, go back, has to make sure his parents get together.
And now we have to go back to the future.
Yeah, second one, you go to the future, but then that messes up the events of the first one, so you have to go back and stop that. And then the third one's in the Old West. I just think like just lots of variety throughout the trilogy.
I forget. Is it that he realizes that Doc is dead? Is that why he goes to the third one or goes to the past?
So they basically,
I know that the second one ends and he's like, I'm going to go hang out in the West, the Old West.
Yeah. So what happens is they fix the screw ups that they accidentally caused with the going into the future.
Yep.
And then he gets struck by lightning. Yes. Doc does when he's flying, and it strikes him to the past.
Yes. And
then right then and there, a guy pulls up to Marty and gives him a letter from Doc from the 1800s. Yes. That's and they're like, we've had this letter for 80 years. we were wondering if we had bets going on if you would actually be standing here or not. And then he's like, there's only one person that can help me go back. So that he goes to the 1950s, Doc Brown, that helps him go get the present day one. So just fun.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a crazy idea.
For the time, I wonder how confused people were.
Yeah, it's true. Time travel wasn't too much of a thought
Yeah.
in terms of mass media.
Right, exactly. So just like that whole thing where it's like he gets struck back to the past, but then writes him a note that gets delivered to him right that like I wonder
that feels very much like Star Trek.
Yeah. I just wonder if people were like, what is happening right now? But and like it holds up.
Yeah.
Like the effects are really well done.
It's not,
and
that is one thing about Lord of the Rings I was thinking about. The effects have kind of aged a little bit.
especially the first one.
Yeah.
There's I may have even mentioned this on the show before, but there's a shot in the first one where Legolas gets up on top of the cave troll.
Yes.
And it's pretty janky looking.
It's like, oh, and now we're in video game mode.
Yeah.
Just keep that out. Come on.
Yeah, come on, frickin' George Lucas. Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, George Lucas Jr.
But yeah, I think it's safe to say that that's the best trilogy of all time.
I think so. It's just a good, solid movies.
Yeah.
Solid. All right.
I guess that's
the
all.
end.
That's it. And this is actually an episode I've been wanting to do for a while. I've like had it always kind of like on my brain.
Is there even a better time to do it?
There's not.
Than now.
Unless we were to have a third person on the show with us. I guess
Metzger's here. He's been here the whole time.
Metzger, would you like to say something to the audience?
Please don't. I hate you.
Would you like to? My name's Metzger.
Oh my gosh. Metzger, you have a voice.
You'll never believe me. Come here, come up to the microphone.
He was just up to the microphone. What are you talking about? So confused. All right. Well, Daniel, we're the best and you're the best.
You can never be perfect, but you can always be better.
We love you.